Liars always lie. Meghan and Harry's Netflix is just the beginning of royal defamation. Hello and a very warm welcome back to Kate Middleton and the Queen News YouTube channel. As we said time and time again, that documentary was only the warm-up to Harry's book. Now, the documentary made a complete mockery of the royals, but really I was taken aback by Harry saying that he and Meghan never actually said the royals were racist. I mean, come on. They won the Ripple of Hope Award for allegedly fighting against systemic racism in the British monarchy, and now they're trying to act like they never claimed there was any racism. To receive an award for calling out the royal family for being racist was a complete lie, and that went way past human decency. But then to try to take it all back? I'm sorry it doesn't work that way. Harry and Meghan had a smirk on their faces after their one-time only truth-telling session with Oprah, and of course, that session was also filled with lies because they refused to go away. According to Meghan, on several separate occasions, somebody in the royal family asked about the color of an unborn Archie's skin, and Oprah had that look of fake shock on her face and said, "What?" And then Meghan had that little smirk on her face and replied, I know. Now, according to both Meghan and Harry, racism was the driving force behind their leaving. Again, lies, manipulation, and also that smirking and scheming. And of course, many of us were suspicious about this story because we already know the royal family are decent people, and they appreciate all races, all colors. They thought a biracial woman was an asset to the family, but I guess Meghan couldn't deal with the royal workload. And the royal family were very easy on Meghan anyway, but still, she wanted to head back home as soon as possible. Apparently, Harry even threatened the late Queen that if she didn't approve of his marriage to Meghan, then he would call all of them racist. That is not a nice thing to do, but we can all understand that Harry is not a very nice person. He doesn't really understand what it would be like to be a nice person. It's all just a front for who he really is. And Harry, of course, played the race card. He loves to play the victim card too, but the race card, I think, is his favorite. That's what was and still is a game-changing moment. Pretty clear to everybody who's been paying attention that Harry will say anything, even if it doesn't make any sense, just to see his name in the headlines. And right now, a lot of people are discussing the fact that Meghan appears to be hiding. We all know what that means. She is scheming and plotting away, and poor Harry's just looking like an idiot by trying to take back the race claim. But he can't take it back. Harry has gone on camera referring to his family as racist. Honestly, folks, I am getting so sick and tired of them. I don't know how much more I can take. They lie, and then they lie some more. And basically now we have to default to believing anything they say is going to be a big lie. And if there were any real problems, they have been lost in the barrage of false memories, lies, groundless accusations, and normal things that occur in most families but have been exaggerated and blown up into something else by Harry. Harry doesn't seem to recognize that we all had these types of experiences when we were growing up. People could relate to them, and people don't see them as so explosive and shocking. And of course, there are promises of more to come when this supposedly explosive memoir has been the best of what he had. I think the next book is going to be incredibly dull and filled with childish ranting and raving. He does all of this just to get publicity and money. But while any book sales and viewing figures make money, really they're just a one-trick pony, and people will, if they haven't already, move on. And if it's not due to racism, then what exactly are they acting like all of this hatred is coming from? What, the fact that William got 2 sausages when Harry only got 1? Is Harry still upset that his older brother got the bigger room in a castle when he was a child? All their money and all their banner waving has been built on the racist monarchy. They don't have anything else to rely on. Neither one of them has accomplished anything notable by themselves. The only reason people are interested in them is because of their connection to the royal family. And why haven't the two of them, who have their lawyers on speed dial for every excuse of a lawsuit, and who claim to be so devoted to the late Queen who they attacked, ever stood up before cameras and in numerous interviews corrected the misinformation they're always going on about? It's not like Harry is shy when it comes to sharing information. He told us everything that we never wanted to know about his penis. We heard about how he lost his virginity. How trashy of him. And then Meghan got up there before the cameras to demonstrate what she could do in porn films. So we know that shyness is certainly not a legitimate excuse. When watching the people of both countries blow up over racism in the monarchy, based solely on the comments that Meghan and Harry made, why didn't they stand up and say, "No, I'm sorry, you've got it wrong. It's the media. You need to go after the media"? And why? Why did they try to mess up William and Catherine's trip to the Caribbean by talking about the royal family being so racist? And if that's not what they did, then why did they not come out and make a public statement supporting the monarchy? Because they do have those titles, and they're always preaching that they're a part of it and that they do support it. They are a couple of hypocrites. Meghan even altered the speech that the lovely queen made when she was only 21 years old. She tried to make her appear worse than she really was. And also they tried to infer that the late queen was this weak person who courtiers easily led. That's not true at all. The queen was always the one in charge. And if Harry were a good person, he wouldn't have let Meghan damage the lovely queen's memory. I mean, the late queen certainly was not too weak to tell Meghan and Harry no. She saw right through their little scheme. But the thing is, Meghan and Harry are incredibly greedy. I mean, Meghan even blamed her Australian tour for her fall in popularity, which was mostly due to the fact that she didn't forgive her father and she treated her family so horribly. Meghan is also not a very good actress. She's way too dramatic. The two of them are just so hypocritical, telling the world all about other people's private stories, but then, if somebody even hints they might reveal something private about Meghan and Harry, oh, they threaten to file suit. And those relentless PR stories contradicting the previous stories and promoting the two of them as these blockbuster bestsellers, when in fact, nobody wants to buy anything they're selling. I still remember back in the very beginning when Meghan got with Harry, I assumed that she wanted to join the royal family because she wanted to be a humanitarian on a global scale. I thought that she and Harry were ready to do so many good things for the impoverished people, the sick, the lonely out there, and the neediest people in society. Now, for most of his life, Harry did manage to look pretty good. I think he had a lot of help there. I mean, the palace had an amazing ability to take a very fallible man filled with arrogance, violence, greed, and hedonistic desires and transform him into this happy-go-lucky man who was doing good work for other people. But sadly, Harry found a kindred spirit in Meghan, and boy, did she bring out the worst in him. Now, Meghan tried to sweep her past under the rug, and a lot of people saw the red flags from the very beginning. I have to admit that I was a bit slower in realizing what kind of person Meghan was. In the beginning, I thought she really loved Harry and that she wanted to do good things, but soon enough I saw it. I saw that she only cared about herself, and she only wanted money and fame and power, of course. Now, she never looked very regal and she never looked very well put together to me, but still, I thought she can learn, and I thought she's just an American girl who's trying her best to fit in. I really bought into Harry's refurbished image, so of course I bought into Meghan's too. But unfortunately, neither Harry nor Meghan really wanted to work on behalf of the monarchy. In fact, I don't think either of them liked to work at all. I mean, they work a little bit, but they didn't want to be real humanitarians. They wanted to be a couple of celebrities who get to walk down the red carpet and smile and get a lot of adoration for very little work. And I'm not referring to actors either. See, actors work hard. They gotta be there at 5 a.m. to start their long day of shooting. It's not being a humanitarian, but actors do work very hard. They have to put in some long hours and usually for months on end before they get a break. It seemed like Meghan wanted that life, but I don't think that life really wanted her. I just think she's not very talented. She could have at least tried, though, to be a part of making the world a little better. So the conclusion that we can come to is that Meghan is not a humanitarian and neither is Harry. They only care about serving themselves and their egos, and clearly those drugs are not helping either of them. And I don't know exactly how long Meghan will remain in the royal family. Harry's being laughed at by people all over the globe, so will Meghan want to stay connected to a man like that? Until then, Meghan and Harry are estranged from the royal family. The sides do speak to one another apparently through their lawyers, and all the leaks are coming from California. So doesn't that make a lot of sense? We also need to remember that real humanitarians work the same hours as top-tier actors do. Most people who are working as humanitarians do not get paid for their work, and the rest that is paid is a pittance compared to the luxurious lifestyle and the income and the expense budgets the two of them were on for working for the royal family, representing the UK and the Commonwealth. But they're too entitled, they're too self-centered, and too tone-deaf. They cannot be true humanitarians. So in my opinion, they should probably look for a different career. And you, what do you think about our news today? Please let me know below in the comments section. If you enjoyed our video, don't hesitate to send it to your friends and family who would like it too. And don't forget to subscribe to Kate Middleton and the Queen News YouTube channel to receive more videos from our team. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back to see you in the next videos.